Uh, hello. Hello, my computer that I'm speaking to right now. I'm. We are here today. I haven't done a video like this before, but I talk a lot, so I thought I can do this. It's gonna be unedited, so I'm sorry for the pausing and the probably coughing and rumbling noises, but I'll get right into it. So today I'd like to talk about the album I made roughly. Actually, I don't know how long ago it was, but I will say how long ago it was. A while. It's been a few months. Um, and I like to talk about it because some people heard it. Some people definitely heard it. Yeah, millions of streams, totally. For enough people heard it for me to be like, oh, holy shit. I mean by that, like, I don't know, couple hundred, probably streams altogether of like every song, on every platform I released it on. Um, Yeah, and I would like to talk about it because enough time has passed. I think I can have a more balanced opinion on it compared to being really critical and really like, yeah, let's go, like I kind of, oh, yeah, right, opinion on it. And I've definitely moved on from it as well, so I can kind of like, I'm not caught up in it anymore because I think that when you make something, you have a period of time, no matter how, I don't know, the length can vary where you're very caught up on it and you're very like, ah, um, for lack of better words, about it. So I wrote the songs for the album in the winter the year before. So that would be 2023, the winter of 2023. And one of the songs on it I actually wrote and recorded the instrumental. I redid the vocals in 2021, I believe. And it was the first song I like wrote, recorded like fully. So it has a very special place in my heart, even if it's very amateurish. Like it is what it is. I think I really appreciate it now. It's very, I mean, nostalgic would be the wrong word because it hasn't been that long, but it's special to me, and I wanted to put it in the album. But the rest of the songs were mostly written in like maybe maybe September, probably more October to December. Um, and actually, some of them were written during the recording, so during like, oh wow, I can't remember the dates. The summer, in the summer, late spring, in the summer. Some of the songs were written, recorded. Uh, Big Hearts Never Stop was written and recorded on the same day, and I just kind of, I don't know. Sometimes I think things really jump out, and it just works. It just simply works, and then others take a lot of takes. Sorry if I'm a bit sniffy, by the way. I'm getting over a cold, but yeah, I mean, this is rambling already, but yeah. So I have very mixed opinions. So, like I said, I wrote the songs when I did, or when I just said, and I they were kind of like B-sides already in my head. I was like not too fussed. Like the songs I picked, I wasn't particularly fussed about. I liked them enough to record them, but I was like, this is a practice. This is. I think of a lot of things I make like that. I'm like, this isn't the real thing. But I don't think anything I've made has ever been a real thing. It's always been practice. But I don't think that's a terrible way to look at things. I think it's kind of, I mean, in a way it is. You're always going to make more. You don't know when your last piece of work is going to be. It's impossible to know that, which is terrifying. Yeah, I've definitely been thinking about mortality a lot more since David Lynch died yesterday. Who admittedly I haven't seen all his work, nowhere near all his work, but Twin Peaks is special to me. I really love Twin Peaks. Anyway, not to get sidetracked. Um, but yeah, I like how I love David Lynch. I love the thing he's got going on. The whole, you know. Um, but yeah, the songs I was kind of like, it was summer, you know. I had some free time, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make an album. Because since I was like 14, I was like, I want to make an album. I want to make it. I want to make the thing. And I'd done projects before that. No comment. And I was like, I've just got to do something. I have, the privilege to be able to. I have the fortune, whatever you want to say. Like, I could do it. There was no reason I couldn't do it. Apart from, not really, no. There wasn't any real issues, apart from myself being in the way. But that's not really an issue. That's more of a... Well, it's still an issue, but it's a silly thing, It's a... Come off it. Stop that. Yeah. So, I spent about, I want to say, 2 months recording, maybe a month and a half. And, I did it. Most of the songs were like, there weren't many takes. It was nowhere near done professionally. Most of the mix was presets in GarageBand. It was recorded in GarageBand, which, up to that point, I'd only used GarageBand. I now have Logic, so, big up, big improvements being made. But yeah, I was like, this is what we got. This is what we're working on. Previously I'd only had access to an iPad with GarageBand, which, you can make it work, but it's a bit of a naff iPad, and it's a bit slow, and I didn't have a microphone. And I did record some stuff on it, and some of it didn't sound half bad, like, quality-wise, song-wise, and that's a whole other thing, but yeah, it was big update grade, getting a lovely SM58, got a bit Christmas tape on it, and an interface. So I was like, fucking hell, like I'm the real deal, this is real music. I'm making real music now. But yeah, so I advocate MacBook. That's the, as you can probably tell by the quality of the video. So I was like, this is a big upgrade. I gotta make something. So I kind of buckled down and did it. However, I did it miserably. The state I was in when I was recording it, maybe not the best mental state I was in. I was alright, but sometimes you're just not innit? Sometimes you just not got it going on for you. And there was probably a million better things. There's probably like 500,000 better things I could do instead of recording songs. Like go for a walk and go outside, because I was waking up very late, I was going to bed very early, and I was just okay, I need to record a song. And it's great to be locked in, but there is a beautiful world outside. You don't need to be doing all that, like, it's great to do things, but like, calm the fuck down, straight up calm the fuck down. So that's definitely something I would do differently. I would be less ridiculous about the process, but then sometimes like I said, it birthed something, I made something. I kind of don't have that discipline now. I don't have the time at the moment, but I don't have that discipline now. But yeah, I was going to bed at like, this is relevant, but I'm not rambling, but I was going to bed at like 5 a.m, waking up at like 2 p.m, damaging, sometimes earlier, sometimes not so bad, but for a lot of the time, stinky, just not good, just not very good, is it? And that definitely comes through in the songs. I don't like this, but also I love this, that when you, no matter kind of, whatever you're recording, whatever you're doing, even if you're painting, drawing, whatever, it comes through. The things you want to hide, it comes through. You can't avoid that. And I kind of didn't, I was like, you won't notice. Which, obviously people aren't going to view the things you make like you view them. Sorry about that. But you know, you can, if someone kind of brings forth an emotion, you're like, that. In a sense, you feel it. You can feel it. You can feel effort. You can feel sadness. You're alive, I think. Are you? Are you a skeleton? You're not. So I definitely think a bit of laziness comes through in the album. But it was... I don't know. I'm talking about it, and it's been enough time, but do I really have anything to say? You know, I hope this isn't one of those many YouTube videos that I have watched on YouTube where the person is saying absolutely nothing. Well, I mean, I'm doing that now, aren't I? But don't get me started. But yeah, it's a very scattered album. It's cohesive enough. Like I said, the mix is probably the biggest flaw, which I'm not very good at all that. That is not my territory. So, of course, it's not going to be good. You know, why would you have high expectations for something when you know you got to be realistic about things? And I mean, I maybe was a tad unrealistic for the album, but at the end of the day, I was like, it might be a bit shit. I got to do it. I got to put it out for the sake of completion, for the sake of I've done it. Now that it was almost about the kind of I don't know. I had this like the fantasy of it. I was really obsessed. I wanted to put an album. I wanted to do it. I wanted to have an album. I could be like, I've done an album. I mean, it was less so for. I think maybe there was a bit of vainness. Like, I wanted to feel like I was capable. Which I mean, I guess I was, but it's not like a. You know, it's not like a studio album. It's nothing professional. It's nothing like monumentous. That's probably the word. But it's definitely something. But it's not something I wanted to show anyone. That's another thing, really. I mean, there's a few friends I was like, hey, I made this. This is so fun and nice. But I was embarrassed about it because, I mean, partially it is very raw, I think. It's very amateurish. I think that's the best way to describe it. And of course it's going to be. It's the first, you know, almost full-length original album I've made. So why wouldn't it be? And I wasn't exactly like my ways about it was very playful in a way and childish. So why would it sound like professional studio? Because I wasn't. That's not what I was doing. Why it's not going to magically sound like that if I don't put that in. If I don't have that knowledge, you know. But no, I was very. When I finished it, I was very disappointed. Even though I got what I put in, and honestly, maybe even a bit more. Because listening back on it, and I'm like, yeah, alright, sure. I'm like, yeah, sure, that's alright. Obviously I can nitpick about 1,000 things, but I'm like, wow, I'm glad I did that, you know? But it's kind of, I was talking to us about someone the other day, and it's obviously, it's something I think about, but I never really thought about it, really. Or at least not recently, like, thought about it, which is, why are you doing it? Why do you want to make music? Like, why are you, what's all this about? Who's this for? And he brought up the point that, like, you know, some people make music in the fact they want to look cool, which in the moment I was like, what the fuck? People are doing that? And then I was like, oh yeah, people are doing that. I mean, look at some Instagram reels, you know, that kind of did I just make the song of the summer? Like that very, yeah, if you know, you know, but that kind of shit. Like, people are doing that, but then I'm like, maybe I've been doing that a bit. I think everyone wants to feel cool sometimes. I mean, especially if you're like not really seen as cool, or weren't, you know, like kind of, you know, I don't know, yeah, I don't know. You want to be seen. You're like, wow, this guy can do this thing. That's awesome. Like everyone wants to feel a bit awesome, you know. But yeah, oh, pajama reveal. But yeah. Anyway, that's not what I was saying. But yeah, I really was thinking like, why am I doing this? What's up with this? And I realized like, a lot. I was like, I kind of was like, I wasn't trying to make something professional. I wasn't trying to make something I want to show someone. Being like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm almost awesome musician. I'm professional about this. It was more like I was listening to like a lot of Daniel Johnston at the time and a lot of like Sparklehorse. Love Sparklehorse. And I mean even Elliott Smith, but God, a fucking god amongst men and music wise, you know, like wow. but it was primitive, the way I was recording. It was very, I mean, primitive is maybe not the right word, but it was very intimate and emotional and a bit, I mean, the way I was doing it, a bit shitty. I also was taking inspiration, I mean, earlier in the year, but it definitely came through from a early Cassie Headrest, Will Toledo's, like, the numbered albums, if you're familiar with them. Like, that very just, I mean, it's amazing. It's obviously, you know, it doesn't always sound the best, but that's not the point. That's not the point, you know? Like, I think something I get caught up on in music is I'm like, it's gotta sound radio ready. Which is ironic because most of the time what I make is very far from. Just in every aspect. And also my goals. I'm not Lewis Capaldi. That's not what I'm trying to be. Like, yeah, I just kind of had like the way I was viewing my album was not how I should be. I mean, talking about it now, I am feeling quite proud. I must admit that I'm like, yeah, wow, I did finish that. It's quite, finishing things is hard. Finishing artistic projects is very difficult. Any project, you know, any artist, any person who's making things, even if you're making dinner, it's hard to finish. It's hard to finish. You know, that's impossible. So I'm very like, holy shit, how the fuck did I finish that? So that's awesome. That's great. That's fucking awesome sauce, dude. Like, that's amazeballs. That's great. But there's definitely a million things I'd do differently. So, I mean, I'm not going to a conclusion yet because I want to ramble some more, but I did it, you know? I think a lot of the time that's the most important part. I did it. Like, you know, was I, like I said, not sleep deprived, but terrible sleep schedule, you know, waking up, I was like, okay, I gotta record the vocals for this, okay, I gotta go, done, okay, I gotta eat some lunch at 4 p.m, and then I gotta mix it, okay, done, and then it was the next one, which, it gets it done, but I wasn't very knowledgeable in mixing, I'm still not, but I was very not knowledgeable then, still not, but I don't know. It's hard to talk about. I don't think I have a full conclusion. I just wanted to ramble about this. This is the first take I've done of this, which you can probably tell. But again, the point of the video isn't to be, frickin', I don't know, professional edited, super cohesive. I don't speak super cohesively, I'm afraid. Perhaps I wish I could, but, you know, that's probably not going to change soon. But, yeah, I guess I made a thing, and it's great that I just made a thing. And the goal wasn't supposed to be super crisp and refined and like a fucking Elliott Smith record, even though I really wanted it to be sounding like, wow, that wasn't going to happen. Of course it wasn't going to happen. I knew this, but I also was ignoring this. Yeah. I think we have, you know, people typically have high expectations, or very low expectations. I definitely swing, you know, from high expectations to low expectations. I'm either, like, severely disappointed in the work I make, or very, like, I did that, what? When it's like, well, you know, yeah, you could do that. I can't take myself seriously right now. I can't lie, I feel like a bit of a knobhead holding a microphone, fucking talking to my computer. It's quite raw. This is quite, yeah. But, yeah. Make something. You could, yeah. Because sometimes it's kind of fun. You know, like I was saying, when I first made it, I was like, this fucking sucks. But then part of me was like, oh, I'll release it anyway. I was a little bit like quite unrealistic about it. I was like, what if it blows up? What if loads of people hear it? What if it's awesome? And I mean, like, I knew that was gonna happen. It's like a pipe dream, innit? It's like a, what if I was famous? Even though, fucking hell, I don't want that. Christ. Hell no. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Um, but, like, I think that little bit of kind of, this could be big, this is breakthrough, it's kind of what makes you finish it, even if it's not real. I forgot, saw someone say something recently, being how, like, you just gotta be deeply delusional about your, deeply unrealistic about your kind of, your work. I mean, still humble, you don't want to be a freaking dickhead about it. But that's kind of how you get, that's how you get somewhere. That's how you kind of, like, because if you don't shut the fuck up about it, people aren't gonna, they're gonna keep on hearing about shit because you won't shut up. But like I said, you don't go to dickhead level, but you gotta be confident, you know? Sorry, like I said, I'm a bit sniffy. Be confident. And I did have that confidence, even though I really didn't. I really doubted myself. I was like, fuck it, do it anyway. I guess it's like a, fake it till you make it. Even though I don't know if I fuck with that, because, I don't know. I find it very hard to lie or hide how I really feel. I'm very, like, I don't know. I'm quite straightforward in my, yeah. As you can tell by this, this recording, which is very scattered. Yeah, it's kind of, I was quite unrealistic about it, but I got it done. That unrealisticness, I think, is what kind of made me get it. Oh, what the freak? Oh, sorry. I thought my video stopped with my computer turned off. But yeah, I really got it done. I guess. Going into it next time, what I would change, there's no rush. I don't gotta finish this thing fast. I'm glad I did that fast. I'm glad I got it out. I don't know if it's something that will stay up forever on everywhere. But it's alright for now. It's something. It's better than nothing, I think. I'm not trying to be professional, so I need to stop worrying about that, being like, oh, but this doesn't look good. Does this look good for my image? Who cares? I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's not exactly something I'd want my fucking nan to hear, you know? It's not an album I really want to be played at the family gatherings. But, if some freaky widow on the internet likes it, I've done my job. That's kind of what it is. I think this is another concept I was talking to someone about, that, like, sometimes music is like online music. And I don't know if that's coming from someone who was very online as a teenager, and now I'm like internalize that kind of view, but like it's very, I don't know, it's not really for, your mate Deborah. That's not, that doesn't make sense. It's not something you'd show your mum's friends. It's not something you'd show, it's like, I want the music I make at the moment, I'm like, this is something you'd find on your YouTube recommended at 2 a.m. and you're like, what the fuck is this? That's what it is. It's not something playing on the radio. It's not something I'm showing people in real life, really, apart from a few close friends. Like, it's personal. I don't want it to be, it's this guy in the camera. It's not who I am in real life. It's a different side of me, I guess. It's a more private side of me, even though it's public, which is weird. It's weird that I'm talking to the internet right now. With the internet. Wow. But yeah, I think different artists for different places, and I really wanted it to be this album to be for like a real music for the radio. But that's stupid. First of all, that's stupid. There's no such thing as real music, dumbass. But that's not what I was doing. Like I said, it's freaky weirdo shit. Very demo-y. Yeah. But yeah, it's not what I want to make anymore, I want to have a shot at being more professional, being more refined. I mean, not even professional, like I said, fuck that. I've always already, like that, I already said that, fuck that. But I mean more, I guess refined. Refined is the word. It's like before, like a lot of the lyrics on the album, I was like, yeah, blah, blah, that. done, record. Which is fine. It's alright. But I'd like it to be more, I don't know, I guess less childish. Even though I really do enjoy making music like a little creature, like a little gremlin, like we're kind of hunched over like a lot of the time doing recordings. I'll be like this, and I'll be like, I love that. But I want to explore like a different side. I want to do something, I want to make something I'm proud of. I want to make something hard. I love making these intimate recordings, these silly covers, this silly stuff. But like I want a challenge. I want something I can be like, wow, I made that. Which I think about that, even about my childish work, but I want something different. I want to do something different, and I think that's what I'm going to be working on alongside like 12 other artistic endeavors, because that's the way it is. I'm making a life-size cardboard cutout of a character at the moment as well, which hopefully you will see soon. Oh, a bit of a spoiler, bit of a teaser. But that's a completely different thing. But yeah, this has been very rambly. I hope I've said words here. I probably haven't. But I think to get to a simple conclusion is, it's the motives. It's like, why are you doing it? Sometimes you just got to get something done for the sake of getting something done. And then now, that's it. That's what I want to do. So that work was like, getting it done for the sake of being done. These songs, whatever, get them done. What I want to do now is I'm like, okay, I've got a bit more time. I haven't got all the time in the world, but like, I got a bit more time here. I can kind of like, I want it to be more, oh wow, the words have gone from my head. Like slower. I want the process to be slower. I want to digest it more. I want it to be more cohesive. I want it to be more refined, like I said. Yeah, different approach, if that is anything. Yeah, I don't really have any advice, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I really hope you didn't click on this video. This video is quite long. Thinking, I'm gonna find answers to life on this video, because I do that. I watch YouTube videos, and I'm like, maybe this guy knows what to do, and then that guy doesn't know what to do, and I'm like, fuck, maybe that guy will not, and then shit, get what? But yeah, so I'm happy I finished it. I'm proud that I finished it. I'm not entirely happy with the material, but you kind of just got to be happy with the whole thing. You got to look past that. On to the next thing. What else can you do? On to the next thing. I spent so much time dwelling on it, being like, oh, should I delete it? Should I put it up? Oh, I'll put it up. Or should I delete it? Oh, but should I? Is it really good enough? Is it? Who gaff? Kind of if I want to later on, I might as well have something up. Might as well do something. Anything is better than nothing, like Elliott Smith said. But yeah, go do a thing. Yeah, if you're at the end of the video, I don't think, is anyone at the end of the video who watches a half an hour? Who watches a half an hour long video anymore? I certainly don't. I watch Phil Lester for 10 minutes of my dinner, and I'm like, oh, I'm bored now. But yeah, go do a thing. Go do your thing you're doing. It don't matter if it's a bit shit. Who gaff? Why are you doing it? Tell me. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it, huh? Because you just gotta do your silly thing, At the end of the day, just gotta do your silly thing and see what happens, and then do the next silly thing. And also, you gotta be having fun. Well, not always. Sometimes you gotta be serious, but you gotta be having a good time while you do it overall. Because I was getting sick of it, and I was getting annoyed, and then looking back on it, no one was making me do that. I could have just had fun and been silly, but I was like, oh, this is real, this is the real deal, it's my debut album. And that means nothing. It's noises. The meaning is what you assign to it. So yeah, making silly things, making silly noises. Keep on making noises. Making art is for fun times. Or, exploring yourself or whatever you want to do. There's no reason for it to be sucky. And if it's sucky, then maybe take a break. Or maybe do something else. Or go on a walk. I don't know, walk your dog. If you have a dog. Yeah. Songs are pretty awesome. I love songs. There might be some coming soon. Who fucking knows? Goodbye.